G'day everyone and welcome to my crochet tutorial. I'm Bronwyn, I'm from Australia. Today we are going to crochet a C2C scarf, but in using the treble stitch. So it'll be a lot lighter than what you would do in the double crochet. So to begin with, you'll need your supplies, which is a crochet hook, a darning needle and a pair of scissors. The yarn I'm using today is from Bendigo Woolen Mills. It's an 8 ply. I think it's a DK in America, and it is Imperial Petal Pink, and it composes of 75% wool, 20% alpaca and 5% silk, and it's made here in Australia, about 2 hours away. It requires a 4mm hook, but I'm actually going to use a 4.5 because I just want it a little bit more open so it sits a little bit nicer, and I don't want it to feel too bulky around my neck. It still will be warm being wool and alpaca. Now whatever ply you decide to use, doesn't really matter, just use a 1 or 2 size hook larger than what it states on the label. Okay, so to get started, we're going to start off, of course, with a slip stitch, and we're going to chain 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Going to yarn over twice, then we're going to insert into the 5th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Pull that yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's your treble. So you've got your 4 chain to start with and then your treble. So yarn over twice, insert into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, through 2, yarn over and through 2. So again, yarn over twice, next chain, through, pull through 2, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2, and into the last chain, and insert hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through the last 2. Okay, so here's your chain 4 and your 4 trebles, and that's our first square. So to start the next square, we chain 8 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Yarn over twice. Insert 5th chain from the hook, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I can get it in. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. So again, you got your 4 chain and your first treble. So yarn over twice, and we want to work in the next 3 chain here so that we have 4 treble. So yarn over and through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and yarn over through 2. Again, yarn over twice, which is second last chain, and last one. So that last chain space. Okay, so there we have 2 squares, and this one's the floppy one, so we're going to flip him over, and up here you'll see your chain 4 space from the previous square. We're going to just insert our hook, grab our yarn, pull through and pull through, and we've slip stitched into that chain 4 space. So this time we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, yarn over twice and treble into that chain 4 space, so through 2, through 2, through 2, yarn over twice, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2 and yarn over through 2. So we just need 2 more. 2 and 2 and 2 and last one. So you should have that one chain 4 space and 4 trebles. So here's your space and your 4 treble. So now it should look like a V. So you should have 3 squares, your first, your second and your third. So now we're going to go up this way. So we're going to make our next square. So we're increasing 1 and we do 8 again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Yarn over twice, again we count 5 from the hook, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Insert our hook into that chain space, into that chain, and continue with our trebles. And we go all along into the next 2 chains after this one. So you have our chain 4 space, treble, treble, and you've got 2 chain spaces here. Whoop, sorry, that's a yarn over twice. Insert your hook, 2, 2, 2, and into that last chain just there. Okay, so now we have your little triangle over here and this one. So they're the floppy ones this time. So we're just going to flip that over like so. Then you have your chain 4 space up here. And what we're going to do, we're going to connect those. So we're going to insert the hook through that chain 4 space again and slip stitch. And that's how you join your next lot of squares. So this time we're just going to chain 4, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then we do 4 treble into that chain 4 space again. Like so. And keep going, and last one. Okay, so now we go into the last square onto the end and find your chain 4 space again, insert the hook and slip stitch through, chain 4, 3 and 4 and another 4 treble. So if we kept going this way it would eventually end up to a square, but we don't want a square, we want a rectangle. But we need to get our width of our scarf. So we'll do a few more rows. Okay, so this is how your work should look like. So again, we're going to work up this way. So we chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Yarn over twice, 5 from the hook, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. insert your hook. And again, continue on with your trebles into each chain space, so that you have the 4 chain space at the start and 4 trebles through to the square. Oh, it didn't double. Okay. Right, so again, this one's by itself, so we want to make it friends with the others. So we flip it over and insert in that chain 4 space again, slip stitch through and chain 4. And then another 4 treble through there. Now you can make footy scarves, any sort of scarf really, like little kids ones, just don't do it as wide as we're going to do it. So we'll go our 4 into the next chain 4 space. And you can even do it as a blanket if you'd like a lighter blanket for summer. Chain 4 and keep going through. Or you can continue, if you like it being so open, you can turn it into a shawl. You just wouldn't decrease, you just keep going until you get a big triangle. But we can do that another day. Okay, we'll get our space and we go into the last square, into that 4 chain space, slip stitch 1, 2, 3 and 4, and our 4 treble. Okay, and one more. Okay, so I'll show you one more time. So this is how it should be looking. We have now 4 squares along the top and 4 each way. So it will eventually come out further this way, and then we're going to start going upwards. So I'll show you one more time how to do the start. So you want chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Yarn over twice, insert in the 5th chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and then again treble into the next 3. Okay, and the last one. Okay, so we flip it up again, connect that one again with a slip stitch, and then remember 4 chain, 4 treble in each chain 4 space. So always start off with 4 chain and 4 treble, and then slip stitch into the next square. Okay. Okay, so if you continue along until you get to the second last square, and I will meet you back here. Okay, so now we're up to our last square. So chain 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so chain 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Yarn over and into the 5th chain. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right. So we'll finish this square and then we will do another row. So I'll come back after we've completed, so we'll do this row and then one more, and I'll meet you back here and show you how we decrease. Alright, I'll see you shortly. Okay, so now you should be up to the last square on your row. So this time we're just going to go in through that 4 chain space, insert your hook and just slip stitch. Okay, so now we're going to turn it around so the triangle we're working this way and the point is down. Okay, so now what we need to do, because we're going to start to decrease so we can get that rectangular shape. So first we go into the space between each treble and we just slip stitch along until we get to that chain 4 space, slip stitch into there, and that's how we've made our edge. So it's not going to keep going in a triangle, it's going to start going into the rectangular shape. You can see. So next we chain 4 like we did on all the other squares, and 4 treble into that 4 chain space. So same as what we were doing earlier, just continuing along. And then when we get to the end of the row, we do our usual increase. So when you've finished that last square, do your 8 chain and the 4 treble. So go back into your 5th chain from the hook and treble into that one, and then do another 3 treble into the rest of the 3 chains. But you can always rewind the video and go back to that part. Okay, so we continue along. One more. Alright. So this is how your work should look so far. So you can see how our edge is starting to go straight, and it's now going to continue into a rectangle. But I will show you once more on how to decrease, and just remember you can pause or rewind and go back to that stage at any time. So I'll leave it for now and I'll be back in a minute and we'll let you catch up to that. So you complete this row and then come back and I'll meet you back to the decrease end. Okay, so now we're back up to the side where we're decreasing. So you have our flat edge down to the triangle, and you can see how it's starting to continue to grow from this end to this end. So we're going to decrease again on this side and then keep going, and I'll show you that once more, and then keep going to the length that you want, and we'll show you how to finish that off as well. So again, you've got your 3 straight across, so into that 4 chain space and slip stitch. Okay, so turn your work and we're going to slip stitch between these trebles and into the last chain space. So in between the first, second, third, and into that last 4 chain space. And try not to make your slip stitches too tight because it's just going to pull it all in and it won't sit nice. Okay, so then again we chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and start into our chain and continue on across that row like we had previously until you get to the other side. Once you get to the length you want to stop at, and it's long enough, we're going to start decreasing from both sides, and that's how we're going to turn it back into a flat edge. Okay, so you keep going along like you are, get to the length you want, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like when we've decreased on both sides. Okay, so now we're up to the other side where we haven't been decreasing, we've been increasing. So it's the same again. When you get to the last square, we just slip stitch into there, turn your work and slip stitch in between every stitch along that edge. And back into that chain 4 space. So now you can see it's going to turn into a rectangle. So by decreasing both ends, it will join up and turn into a rectangle. And so you just keep going to as long as you need to for the length of your scarf, and when you're finished you can put some tassels or leave it plain or even do a little border on the ends just to spruce it up a little bit. Okay, so I'll just do a few more rows and I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, so now I'm down to my last 3 squares. So it's in a rectangle. It is only a sample piece, so that's why I haven't done a full scarf, but you should be able to get the idea. So I've just slip stitched across to the end of this row. So I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the usual 4 trebles. So we get to the end. Sorry, 4. And then this. So you've only got 3, so we're only going to work in the 2 squares, so the first one and the second one. Okay, 4 treble as we have been doing all through. Okay. So we slip stitch into that last square and turn. So you only have 1 square left. So all you have to do is slip stitch through 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 treble, 2, 3, oops, 4, 3 and 4, and then all you need to do is the slip stitch in top of that last square, pull through, cut your yarn, fasten off, and that's it. That's how you do a rectangle. So you can just continue along for as long as you want your scarf, and it's as easy as that. So just if you have any questions, just leave some comments in the space below, and I'll try and help you with any questions you have, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Okay, I'll catch you later.